Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. We're going to do the second game of this two-game series against the Braves and the Cardinals from St. Louis. And let's look at the starting lineups for the visiting Milwaukee Braves. Leading off, playing shortstop is McMillan. Batting second, playing second is Bolin. Batting third, playing third is Matthews. Batting fourth, playing center is Hank Aaron. Batting fifth, playing first is Adcock. Batting sixth, playing left is Covington. Batting seventh, doing the catching is Charlie La. And batting eighth, playing right field is Dirtman. And on the mound, batting ninth for the Braves is Don NOTEBART. And let's look at the hometown St. Louis Cardinals starting lineup. Leading off, playing second is Javier. Batting second, playing right is Cunningham. Batting third, playing first is White. Batting fourth, playing third is Boyer. Batting fifth, playing left is Stan the Man Musial. Go back and look at the first game and see what Stan did in that first game, folks, against the Braves here in St. Louis. Game number 8. Batting sixth, playing shortstop is Spencer. Batting seventh, playing center field is Floyd. And doing the catching, batting eighth is Smith. And on the mound for the Cardinals is Larry Jackson, and he'll be batting ninth. And alrighty, let's go down to Sportsman's Park. Get this game started, folks. And here we go with the first pitch. And it's a 63, and they strike out McMillan to start the first inning. One down. Up comes Frank Bolin. And Frank, an 8 off a B pitcher, is going to be a fly out to center field. 2 down. And that brings up Eddie Matthews. And a 43. That's going to be a comebacker to Jackson. He's going to throw over to first. An easy 1-2-3 inning for Jackson. We go to the bottom of the first. And the Cardinals' first attempt at Don NOTEBART. And let's see what Javier can do here. A 61. He's going to fly out to Dirtman in right field. 1 down. It's Joe Cunningham. 21. He's going to fly out the left field over to Covington. Brings up Bill White. Quick 2 outs here. 62, and he strikes Bill out. 3 up and 3 down for the Cardinals also. Quick first inning. Here comes Hammer and Hank Aaron up. Lead off the second, and that's going to be squared up. Can Hank hit his second home run of the year? 24. That ball is deep, but not deep enough. It bounces off the base of the right field wall for a stand-up double for Hank. Alrighty, runner on second, no outs for Joe Adcock. And they walk Joe. Ain't having no part of that. They'd rather face Covington. Pitched around Joe, first and second now. Nobody out. See if West can make them pay. 14. That's going to be a fly out to left. And both runners are hold. 1 down now for Dirtmut. 21, he's going to fly out to stand the man also. So 2 down now. Going to bring up Charlie. And Charlie with a 9 against a B pitcher. He's going to beat out an infield hit there. Hits that ball down the Boyer slow roller. Boyer's got no play. He just eats the ball. Bases are juiced here. That brings up the pitcher. And NOTEBART, let's see what kind of batting average he had. 184. He's batting for the season. Not much of a hitting pitcher, that's for sure. Let's see what he can do here. Can he help his own cause? Here's the pitch. Whoa, and we lose a dice. And a 24, he's going to ground out to he's going to ground out the short. Spencer's going to go the short way over to second to end the inning. So they leave the bases loaded, does the Braves, as we go to the bottom of the second. Wasted opportunity there. Here comes Boyer, old 10, and he's going to strike out Boyer. 1 down here in the second. Here comes Stan the man, red hot. 61, he's going to fly out the Dirtmut over in right field. 2 down. Here comes Spencer. What can D do here? 65. He's going to pop up to the catcher. And that'll end the inning. 3 up and 3 down. We make it to the top of the third here. And McMillan squares this one up. 42. He's going to blast that ball in between right and center for a nice gapper. Gets a double out of that. All righty, get the leadoff runner on second. Nobody out. Here comes Frank. And Frank squares this one up. Drives that ball to right. And McMillan's going to score. How about that? Braves are up 1-0 here in the top of the third. Nobody out for Matthews. Runner on first. And here's the pitch to Eddie. And they strike Matthews out. That's the first out of the inning. Brings up Hank Aaron. See if he can hammer one. And that ball is back. That ball is deep. And that ball is going over the left field fence here at Sportsman's Park. Home run. Hank Aaron is second of the season. And it's quickly 3-0 in the third. Only 1 out. Here comes Joe up the bat here. He congratulates Hammer and Hank. And here's the pitch to Joe. And he squares that ball in the right field. And all of a sudden, Jackson's in trouble here. Can't get anybody out. Got Matthews to strike out. That's been it. Here comes Covington up. The runner on first, 1 out. Dugout's doing a little bit of pacing right now. Sure. Here we go. The pitch to Covington. 64. He strikes West out. That's 2 down. Here comes Dirtmut. 35. And he strikes out John. So he bounces back after giving up the home run and the single to Adcock. But the Braves still get 3 across the plate in the third, 3-0 Milwaukee. Floods due up here in the bottom of the third. And Kurt with an 8 against a D pitcher, right? A C pitcher. Against a C pitcher, an 8. That's a single to left. Lead runner on. But the Braves won it. The Braves wanted a quick 1-2-3 inning and get back up. Here comes Smith, the catcher. Runner on first. They're going to do a little hit and run with Flood on at first. Try to stay out of the double play here. Little hit and run. That's a 23. That's a 26. And that's going to be hit down the second. And since the runner was in motion, his only play is the first. So they stay out of the double play. They get Flood down the second with 1 out. Here comes Jackson. Jackson's not too bad of a hitting pitcher. See what he can do here. Can he help his own cause? A 16. That's going to be a grounder to short. His only play is the first, but he looks Flood back to second, though. That's 2 outs now, a runner on second. That brings up the top of the lineup, Javier, with a 15 against a C pitcher. That's a single infield hit. He bounces that ball high. Catcher comes out to get it, but with his speed, he's not going to get him. And Flood will go down the third. We got first and third. 2 outs here for Cunningham. And here we go with the pitch to Cunningham. A 52. That's going to be a ground ball. That ball's hit down the third. Matter of fact, that ground ball ain't hit nowhere. With that wide quality, that's going to be a strikeout. Got him. So that ends the threat. We go to the top of the fourth. Still 3-0 Braves. All righty, here comes Dirtman to lead off the fourth inning with a 53. That's a strikeout. Let's take a look at the box score here once. Haven't done that in a game yet. Something different. Let's see what the box score looks like in here. All right. Pretty cool to do that. Here comes the pitcher. Nobody on. 1 out. NOTEBART, 45. And he walks the pitcher. Not what you want. You're already down by 3. McMillan's been hitting pretty good here lately. What is he today? 1 for 2? Yeah, 1 for 2 with a double in the third. Here we go. What can Mac do here? A 52. He might ground into the double play here. No. Over to the third base. Boyer's up with it. Throws over to Javier. But they won't get McMillan, not in time. Just too slow of a grounder. Get the 5-4 force out. In a way, that's good. It gets NOTEBART off the base pads. That's him set down. Frank will take his time coming up to the plate. Yeah, it's not going too bad, kid. I'm really enjoying this. like I say, get to play Appa, and I don't have to worry about keeping the stats. It don't get no better than this. I wish this was around in 1980 when I was doing all this by hand. This is awesome. Here comes Frank up. Runner on first, 2 outs. 32. It's going to be a ground ball down the second. He's going to go to short way over the Spencer. And that'll end the inning. And we go to the bottom of the fourth, 3-0 Braves. And due up is White, Boyer, and Stan the Man, usual. And a 64. They strike out White. I think he struck out in the first inning. He sure did. 2 strikeouts for White. Here comes Ken Boyer, brother of Clint with the Yanks. A 26, and they strike out Boyer. 2 down here in the fourth, quick outs. He's going for the striking out the side. Can he get Stan the Man? No, he can't. Well, maybe. That's a foul ball, strike 1. 46, that's a 12. That's a ground ball down the Matthews. He's up with it. Throws over to Joe for the out. Quick inning, 3 up, 3 down. Oh, I'm glad you are, Ken. I know you love Appa. We'll have to get together and maybe try to play something online here together. Alrighty, we go to the top of the fifth. Eddie Matthews due up. And a 64, they walk Eddie. Don't know if that's smart. Hank has hit home runs in back-to-back games now. He's getting hot here as the weather starts warming up. Here's the pitch to Hammer and Hank. And he's still red hot. And he hits that ball in the right field. And Matthews is on his horse. He's heading to third. And there's not even going to be a throw. And him gets the ball back in. And Eddie makes it to third. First and third, nobody out. Now they're stirring in the bullpen. They got some young kid named Gibson up. They come out and talk to Jackson, asked him what the hell does he think he's doing. Here comes Joe, first and third. Nobody out. They'll play back for the double play. 21, he strikes Joe out. 1 down. Here comes West. Covington. A 35, that's a 40. And they're calling for a double steal, and they're not going to be stealing. So strike 1. 35. And the same thing, they're bound and determined to get me to do this double steal here. And they're not going to double steal. No. No. So strike 2 on Covington. Be crazy if he struck out the hard way and gets another 35. A 43. That's a 29. That ball's hit back to the pitcher. He looks Matthews back to third and goes over to first and gets the out. Hank will go down the second. We'll have second and third, 2 outs for Charlie. And a 9 against the B pitcher is going to be a strikeout. And that'll end the threat. Braves leave. Oh, I didn't hold him. We're going to have to go back here. Hold up. Screwed up, Aaron. Did not hold Eddie at third. So we'll have to go back twice here. Back. We'll get the strikeout in a minute. Back. So he's going to hit the ball back to the pitcher. 6-1-3, runner on third's going to hold. Forgot to do that. Sorry about that. And then we'll get the strikeout here with second and third. And there we go. Now we go to the bottom of the fifth. Spencer's up. And he's going to grind. I said that twice today. He's going to grind it into the ground. He's going to ground out the second. Bowen's up with it. Throws over the first. He's a grinder. Here comes Kurt. See if he can get on base here. A 7, he sure is. Laces that ball in the right field. Goes the other way. Gets on. Run on first. One down. We're not going to hit and run this time with one out. 63. That's a fly ball to center. And Kurt will hold up at first. 2 down. Brings up Jackson. Like I say, ain't a bad hitting pitcher. Larry's not. And he's going to try to prove that here. 22, that's an 8. That's going to be a single to center. And Flood's going to make it to third with 2 outs. We're going to have first and third. 2 outs here for Javier. Like I say, Jackson wasn't a bad hitting pitcher. All righty. Got himself in a little bit of a pickle with his counterpart getting a hit. 12, he's going to get out of this mess, though. That ball's hit the short. He'll go the short way and go over to second to Bolin and get the last out. That ends the thread here in the bottom of the fifth. Go to the top of the sixth. Got the bottom part of the lineup up. Dirtman and then the pitcher. And then back to the top of the lineup. A 65, he's going to pop up to Smith. That'll be the first out of the 6th inning. Here comes NOTEBART. He's pitching a hell of a game, only giving up 4 hits, no runs. 36. It's a 33. And he's going to strike out. 2 down. Here comes McMillan. 24, and he's going to strike out. Strikes out the last 2 batters. He's looking strong here. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Cunningham due up. 14, that'll be a fly ball to left field for Covington. He's under that, easy out. Here comes Bill. Nobody on. And he's going to grind. If I say that one more, grind. Ground out the second. 2 down. Bowling up with it, goes over to Adcock. And here comes Boyer. He's 0 for 2, was waiting. First time he's put the bat on the ball, he had struck out. So same with Boyer. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And a 21, he's going to fly out to left field. And that'll end the inning. 3 up and 3 down here in the 6th. So we go to the top of the 7th with your score 3-0 Braves. Here comes Frank. 62. And he's going to fly out to Cunningham out in right field. 1 down. Eddie's up. Eddie is 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. He has walked once. 16, he's going to hit that ball down the short. Spencer's up with it, throws over to first. Here comes Hammer and Hank. And he is 3 for 3 today with a double, a home run, and another double. And a double, a home run, and a single. And how about another well-hit ball? Squares that one up. A 31. That ball's hit deep. That ball could be. It's not. It's banging around out there in left field. And Hammer and Hank's going to get himself a triple. How about that? Hank down the third. Let's look at this box score here. Look at old Hank here. He doubled in the second, homered in the third, singled in the fifth. We got us another cycle here at Sportsman's Park, folks. Another cycle. Had won the last game. Spoiler alert if you didn't watch that, by Stan the Man. And here today, Hank says, whatever Stan can do, I can do better, and gets a cycle of his own. How about that, folks? Back-to-back games with a cycle. This is crazy. So 61 seasons getting everything. We've had a triple play, if you haven't seen that, by the Yanks. And now back-to-back games with the cycle. And here comes Joe up, trying to drive Hammer and Hank in. 43. That ball's hit back to the pitcher. He throws over the first to get Joe to end the inning. Can't get Hank in. And we make it to the 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game, folks. And it's Thirsty Thursday here on the channel, so grab yourself a cold one. All righty. We got Stan the Man up. Lead off this 7th inning. And they walk Stan. Not what you want to do late in the game here. That brings up Spencer. Last game's hero. Nobody out, runner on first. And he's still red hot here. He singles to right. And Stan will stop at second with nobody out. Got first and second for Kurt. And they're going out to talk to NOTEBART. And let's see who we might be bringing in here. Probably go with Romboski and then McMahon. So it's only the 7th. I guess we'll bring Mo in first if he can't get out of this inning. Here we go with Kurt Flood. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. 21. It's going to be a fly ball. Fly out, runners hold. Hit the right field. Stan's not going nowhere. One down. Here comes Smith. Up the bat. And a 7. That's not good if you're a Braves fan. And again, Stan will stop at third. And that'll fill the bases. Ball was hit in the left field. They're not going to try sending Stan home with the ball hit out there to left. So we'll have a pitch hitter for Jackson. Let's see who they bring in here with the bases juice. They're going to bring in Neiman. And I think that's going to be it also for NOTEBART. And they'll bring in Grombowski to pitch to Niederbert. Neiman, rather. So we'll have two changes here. First, the pitch hitter. Let's see where Bob is here. There's Bob. Okay. We'll go to the bench here. Bring in Mo. His last game, he didn't fare too well. Let's hope he does a lot better this time. With the bases jammed, 1 out, we'll play back for the double play. And here we go with the pitch. A 63, that's a 31. Fly out the center. They're not going to stand with Hammer and Hank's arm out there. So 2 down. Brings up Javier. Let's see if Grombowski Mo can get out of this inning here. And an 8 against a C pitcher. No, he's not. Single through short. Runners advance 2 bases. With 2 outs, Spencer was on the move. He'll score from second. And Smith's going to be thrown out at third. So we got a single. To the left. Runner on second's going to score before they can get Smith at first. That'll end the inning. But that puts the Cardinals back in this game, folks. It's 3-2. It is 3-2 here in the top of the 8th. Covington's up. And he's going to hit that ball down the second base. We need to get a pitcher in here, don't we? Old Gibson's coming in. Bringing in this young kid named Bob Gibson. See what he can do. And like I say, he gets Covington to ground out the second. I think that's what it was. A 12 was a 25. Yeah. Down the second. Javier's up with it. Throws over to first. 1 down. Here comes Charlie. And a 43. He's going to hit the ball back to Bob. And that's 2 quick outs here in the top of the 8th. Here comes Dirtmut. 55 against a B. He's going to hit that ball in the left field for a single. Off of Gibby. Gets on. We'll have a pitch hitter for Grabowski. And we're going to bring in Spangler, I think, to do some pitch hitting. Where's Spangler at? Of course, he's on the last page, ain't he? The last one on the last page. Alrighty, 2 down. Runner on first. And he gets a hold of this one. Al does. 46. And that's going to be a single to right. And Dirtman's going to end up at third. All of a sudden, with 2 outs, Bob's in a little bit of trouble. Got first and third now for the top of the order. Let's see if Mac can keep this going. 64, that's a 39. And again, they want to do a double steal. That ain't. We're not stealing home, folks. I don't know why they keep trying to make me steal home. Ain't happening. That's 1 strike on Mac. 14, that's a 30. And that's a fly out the left. That'll end the inning. Stan Musial's got that one. Braves unable to score. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 3-2 Braves. In comes Mac in the pitch. Oh, Don, see if he can get the save here. Okay. Cunningham the lead off the bottom of the 8th. 32. He's going to hit that ball down to short. No, down the second. Bowen's got it. He's up with it. Fires over to Joe. 1 out. Here comes Bill. And a 63. And Bill's going to fly out Aaron. 2 down. White goes back to the bench shaking his head. Thought he had that one. And here comes Ken Boyer. And Ken's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a fly out. And he's not 0 for 3 no more. He's going to line that in the right field. Goes the other way. Gets a hit. Keeps this inning alive. Okay. Not who you want to see up now. With a tying run at first and the go-ahead run at the plate. Here's Stan the man. 26. He's going to fly out to right field. Dirtman's got it, and they're out of this inning. We go to the top of the 9th, folks. Score 3-2 Braves, the good guys. Here comes Frank. And Frank's going to single in the right field. Start this 9th inning off with a hit. Brings up Eddie with a runner on first. And Eddie is 0 for 3 today. Hell, he's only batting .211 this year. He's definitely due, folks. Here's the pitch from Bob Gibson. A 25. That's an 8 against the B pitcher. That ball's hit down the third rather. His only plays over the first. Boyer's up with it, fires over to White. And we got Bowen on at second now. And I say you don't let Hammer and Hank drive in anybody. I say you put Hank on late in the game like this. They're going to walk Hank first and second with 1 out. Like I say, I just can't see you letting Hank beat you. Make Joe do some work here. Joe's been hitting good, though. Joe's hitting .405. See if he makes them pay for the walk here. A 35, and he's going to walk Joe, and that might be it for Gibby. We got a lefty up now. See who they got in the pen here. It's left-handed. We're going to bring in Kurt Simmons. Take Gibson out. Kurt can't pitch. He just pitched. Scratch that, folks. Let's see who else they're going to go with here. That's their only lefty, I think, in the bullpen. Yeah, that's their only lefty in the bullpen. All righty. We'll bring in Bozo. See what he can do here. So what can Al do for you, he says. Can I get us out of this? That's what he says. I can get us out of this. Base is jammed. 1 out. Whoa. So just knocked the cards everywhere. Sure. Let's check the scorecard here since I just screwed up all this. Go down here to the Cardinals. Should be Spencer up, then Flood, then Smith. All righty, got that straightened out. Back to the game, folks. Here we go. Base is jammed for Covington. A 45, no place to put him, but he does. He walks in a run. Sure. Not what the Cardinals want to see. Here comes Charlie up. Base is still loaded, 1 down. A 63, that's a 31. Is that ball deep enough to score, Hank? No. Kurt comes in and makes the catch. Hank holds up at third. That's 2 down. Here comes Dirtman. 2 outs now. 26. It's a 27. And that ball's hit down the third. And Boyer's just going to step on third and get the out. All righty, and that's it for the top of the 9th. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. The Braves get an insurance run. It's 4-2. And Spencer to do the lead off here. 12. He hits that ball down the second. Frank's up with it. He's going to throw over to first. 1 down. Flood up now. Kurt is 2 for 3 today. He hits that ball, and that ball's down the shortstop. McMillan's up with it. He throws over to first, and Joe's got that for the second out. Cardinals are down to their last out. Here comes Smith. 63, and he's going to fly out to Aaron out there in center. And that breaks the 3-game losing streak for the Braves as they win here at Sportsman's Park. And Hammer and Hank hits for the cycle, folks. How about that? After Stan the Man hitting for the cycle in the first game of this series, Hammer and Hank comes back and does the same thing the next night. Hank Aaron rides the bike for a cycle, folks. Crazy back-to-back games with a cycle. Stan the Man gets one in game 1 against the Braves, and Hammer and Hank says, whatever Stan can do, I can do better. In the battle at Sportsman's Park, Milwaukee defeated St. Louis 4-2. Hank Aaron putting in a hitting clinic and achieved the cycle regardless who you was rooting for. This is a night to remember. On the mound, NOTEBART picked up the win with the help from Hank's player of the game performance. 4 for 4 with a walk, a double, a triple, a home run, and 2 RBIs. So he got not just a cycle, folks. He was on base all 5 times and had enough an eye to walk the one time. Milwaukee will be going back home and be playing the Giants out from San Francisco. St. Louis will stay at home, take on the Phils. Let's look at the box score here. Look at that, 4 for 4, 2 RBIs and a walk. There you go. A double, his second double of the year, his second triple of the year, his second home run of the year. He's up to 4 RBIs. And Joe went 1 for 3. Keep hitting. He's hitting 405. Matthews is 0 for 4, hitting 200. What do you think about setting him down, getting him some rest? The Cardinals only got how many hits did the Cardinals get in this game? Only 8 hits. The line here is 4 runs, 11 hits, and no errors for the Braves. Cardinals 2 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. And he spread those hits out. Like I say, NOTEBART pitched a fine game. 6 hits, 2 runs, and 1 walk, 5 strikeouts over 6 1/3. Spread the hits out. They couldn't put them together. Drombowski came in and did a good job this time. 1 hit, no runs. And then Mack comes in and pitches 2 innings to get the save and only gives up a hit. Jackson didn't pitch a bad game. 7 innings, 3 runs. Can't really say much bad about that. 9 strikeouts, 3 walks. He gave up that home run to Hank. That was about it. Yeah. Old Gibson came in, gave up 3 hits and a run. Walked 2, didn't strike out anybody. Well, hope y'all enjoyed this game. I want to thank Ken Castro for stopping by here at Sportsman's Park in St. Louis. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, people. Hit that bell and get reminders. You're on your way out of St. Louis, heading back to Milwaukee to watch the Braves take on the Giants. Hit that like button and leave a comment. Tell me what you think of this 1961 replay season. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. A lot of Hall of Famers and all in these eras. It's fun to play. Until next time, y'all take care. And maybe, what time is it here on the East Coast? It's 20 of 11. I don't know if we'll do another game or not. We got the Yankees against Detroit here. So until then, y'all take care.